The public display of sin by a pastor followed by denial when confronted with evidence can be facilitated by communal narcissism disguised as altruism. Communal narcissism involves an exaggerated focus on the reputation and success of the community with which the individual identifies. When a pastor exhibits communal narcissism, they may prioritize the image of the congregation and the community above their personal integrity. This can lead to the creation of a false identity as a defense mechanism aimed at preserving the pastor's standing within the community. Narcissism is a complex personality trait characterized by an excessive focus on oneself, a grandiose self-image, and a lack of empathy for others. Individuals with narcissistic tendencies often exhibit distorted memories and construct false identities to maintain a dual existence. They may be gaslighting others, but they also believe it. It is not a justification for their actions, but rather a lens through which to view their behavior. While these individuals may have stumbled, their past use by God should not be discounted, nor should the possibility of their future usefulness be dismissed. However, the path to restoration is not found in validation, seeking witch hunts, egocentric accusation, or creating an accusation ministry platform, or the patting of ourselves on the back for confronting it by cursing in church. Instead, it requires a humble and patient process that focuses on transformation and genuine restoration via godly appeals and relentless prayer and verified evidence. Without evidence, it's a propaganda show trial. The narcissist will win. It has to be informed by Romans 1 and free of the ignorance of where our own hearts can go without mercy and with testing and tempting we've never encountered and cannot perceive. However, the false self created is so deeply integrated into the pastor's identity that its exposure can feel like a threat to their very existence, almost like dying mentally. The pastor, fearing the loss of their social standing and the disapproval of their community, may go to great lengths to protect this false self. This can involve denial, distortion of facts, or even outright lies when confronted with evidence of their transgressions. Consequently, when confronted with evidence of their wrongdoing, the pastor may resort to denying the accusations in a bid to protect the constructed identity and image. Narcissistic individuals, including pastors, often construct and maintain a false identity to shield themselves from the reality of their actions. It becomes a part of them. This fabricated persona is cultivated to maintain a facade of moral and ethical behavior, aligning with the community's expectations and bolstering the pastor's sense of self-worth. By distorting memories and selectively remembering events, they create a narrative that reinforces their grandiosity and shields them from any information that challenges their self-perception. This false identity serves as a shield against feelings of vulnerability and shame. Many narcissistic individuals engage in performative altruism, using acts of apparent selflessness to gain admiration and validation from others. This performative behavior further reinforces their fabricated identity and allows them to maintain a dual existence. In one world, they may project an image of benevolence and concern for others, while in their private lives, they exhibit self-centered and anti-social behavior. The collision of these two worlds can lead to the exposure of their true nature, causing their carefully constructed facade to crumble. The fabricated identity of narcissistic individuals not only shields them from external threats, but also rationalizes their harmful actions. By distorting memories and constructing narratives that justify their behavior, they create a framework in which their actions are deemed acceptable or even virtuous. The roots of narcissistic tendencies often lie in childhood experiences, particularly in cases where heavy shame was experienced. To protect themselves from the truth and alleviate feelings of shame, the minds of these individuals disassociate and hold on to false narratives as true. This dissociation creates a psychological barrier that prevents them from acknowledging their faults and taking responsibility for their actions. Moreover, they may project their own shame, shifting blame and maintaining their fabricated identity.
It's crucial to address the specific challenges posed by individuals with narcissistic or borderline personality disorders within a spiritual leadership context. These disorders can manifest in behaviors that are particularly disruptive and damaging to church communities, such as the tendency to engage in smear campaigns. Individuals with these disorders may initially seek close relationships with fellow leaders, fostering a sense of trust and camaraderie. However, this can be a precursor to troubling behavior, where they might levy false accusations against these same leaders. The root of such accusations often lies in the complex psychological landscape of these disorders. People with borderline personality disorder, for instance, can experience dissociative episodes and have a blurred line between reality and fantasy. This can lead to the creation of false memories or the distortion of actual events. In the context of narcissistic personality disorder, there is often an inflated sense of self-importance and a deep need for excessive attention and admiration. This can drive a person to manipulate or sabotage others to maintain their perceived status or to fulfill their desire for attention. These behaviors can have a devastating impact on church communities. False accusations can destroy the reputations of innocent leaders, create divisions within the congregation, and erode trust in spiritual leadership as a whole. Moreover, the individuals making these accusations are often skilled at presenting themselves as credible and convincing, making it challenging for others to discern the truth. Addressing such situations requires a combination of spiritual wisdom, psychological understanding, and a strong commitment to truth and justice. It's essential for church leadership to be equipped with knowledge about these personality disorders, to recognize the signs, and to handle such situations with care. This might involve seeking the advice of mental health professionals, setting clear boundaries, and maintaining a transparent and accountable leadership structure. At the same time, it's important to approach individuals exhibiting these behaviors with compassion and a desire for their healing and transformation. This does not mean excusing or ignoring their actions, but rather recognizing the complex psychological factors at play and seeking to provide support and guidance that can lead to healthier patterns of behavior. In conclusion, the presence of individuals with narcissistic or borderline personality disorders in church leadership poses significant challenges. These challenges require a balanced approach that combines understanding, firmness, and compassion. Addressing such issues effectively not only protects the integrity of the church community, but also contributes to the healing and growth of all its members, including those struggling with these disorders.